Adrian's technique in playing the piano can go from a feather falling from the sky and just settling down on the floor to basically a hammer smashing cement blocks.
As a performer, it's just riveting, and that's what people want to see. That's what I want to play. It's different every night, and he is passionate.
Every artist, every composer, every painter, every dancer, every philosopher has their thing, has their style. You can't get away from the imagery of it. That's, we as the human species use that as a crutch. We have to do that to understand the world around us, which we never will. I was born in Temple, Texas, north of Austin. I grew up in Corpus Christi, and as you can imagine, it was a very small town. Being in South Texas, there was a lot of, you know, that mix of the Latino, Hispanic, accordions, harps. My parents, you know, very classical, jazz and Brahms and Mozart, Beethoven. I was just surrounded by vinyl of all the 80s, all the alternative punk rock bands from GBH to the Dead Kennedys, New Wave from Ultravox to Japan, goth from Bauhaus to Sisters of Mercy, great rock, New Model Army, one of my favorite bands, Killing Joke. So I think I really caught it in a great time.
Would you like to hear the things I've seen?
I came to a wedding here, and it was just great. It was just, the mountains were completely new to me. But then there was the music scene. It was very fresh. It was a big town, but not too big. By that point, I was getting really burned out in Austin. It was so saturated. So I just rolled the dice. I said, you know, what I have to lose, let's try it out. And so far, so good. Portland's been very, very cool.
Check 1, 2. So a lot of these songs here tonight are from last CD. I do have some. I'll give them away. I know she knows.
Once in a while, I would meet like a bass player, a drummer, a saxophone, and we would put something together. And when we would get together, we started to like throw around, okay, now it's, you know, Adrian H and The Wounds. So it was like a revolving door of people. And then through all those connections, I met Jay and I met George, and it was like, those are the Wounds. It was perfect.
When we first got together, he basically explained it was going to be a revolving door on musicians. Later, it did not become that.
Jay, the bass player, gave me a call, and I was between bands, and he presented me with the opportunity of playing with Adrian.
Now I wonder what will become of me. Where you ran away to, I can't see, and yet I feel so lost.
We could say who we are. We are the Wounds. We are dark lounge music, it's been called.
I heard a comment from Kevin Nutlingham, who was doing the mastering for our CD, and he said that it sounded like Boris Karloff tonguing your ear.
My house is all alone. My house is all alone. I didn't understand why. When I kissed her, she would cry. She would cry, she would cry. Ooh.
Adrian's music is very unique, but it rocks.
Adrian's music is very dark. It's funny, but the songs somehow have a sense of redemption, or offer a sense of redemption, and in doing so, they don't come across as being negative.
Yes, I want to kill this rage. I can't believe this violence in my nerve. And is her power all in her club sandwich?
I'm not a big fan of cover tunes. They have to be done, selected very well. You have to do them differently. If we do Chim Chimney, I'll give you the theme. But then I'll give it The Wounds.
Adrian's also has songs that are on the lighter side. Smile, for example.
Was I a bad man? Did I treat you wrong? Won't you please come home? I'll keep you warm, I'll sing your songs, I'll give you everything you want.
The goth movement was the most underrated and misrepresented genre. There was love in it, there was pain in it, there was religion in it, there was hope in it. There's darkness in Beethoven, there's darkness in Pink Floyd, there's darkness in Bauhaus, but there's a lot of beauty and light. You're always going to raise an eyebrow with sex. You're always going to raise an eyebrow with religion or politics or a certain type of a philosophy. And perhaps I'm just got used to it, but it's also beautiful language. It's a beautiful vocabulary that exists in the English language that we can use to bring up imagery, to bring up a feeling, a sensation.
Oh, she's got no time for late night thoughts, but she's got that line that she'll jump your palm. She likes blue and not real weed. She likes cookies, she likes cookies like cocaine.
Adrian is a different type of character when it comes to playing the piano.
At our last show, he wound up dismantling a $4,000 keyboard while he had his hands all taped up from smashing the keys.
He had blood all over his fingers from slamming the keys on the piano. Getting smart these days about it and bandaging the hands before the show.
The Wounds can play a song to turn you on, freak you out, or make you wonder about that time when your friend's father put his hands between your legs when no one was looking as he was driving you home. There you go. Think about that for a while. Put that on the radio. That's my opinion.
Holy mantis prayed, send forth our best assassin, said the great oak with a howl. And through the mist, the one-eyed wolf made his way through the crowd. We placed this mission in your paws, seek vengeance for us all. And legend tells the wolf then said, I'll bring you back his balls.